Now, here is Jeanette Antolin. Jeanette is coached by Don Peters, who's been on the gymnastics scene for a long, long time, and she just had a disaster on the balance beam. What happened there, Elfie? 7.95.
Yeah, Jeanette basically is out of this competition, out of the running. I mean, there never was any hope, but we have to remember she came into this Olympic trials, had to complete a verification competition on the Tuesday. This is her third competition.
Stepped out.
Olympic trials, she's heading to UCLA on a gymnastics scholarship,
where eventually she'll be teammates with Kristen Maloney. So that'll do it for these Olympic trials for Jeanette Antolin. Meanwhile, Elise Ray, who after the Olympics will be a Wolverine at Michigan. Yeah. After that fall, she gets an 8.862. She has the top spot locked. No one can pass her. That's how good she's been. To Jamie Dancher, who has reached the moment. She's been so solid where after this is done, if she gets through it, does a good job of coming close to sticking it, she, I think, can celebrate.
She's been in this position before. Oh
my. Yikes. Oh, geez, this is...
What about the fatigue factor?
You know, I don't really think it has to do with that. I think that it is almost cruel and unusual punishment to ask somebody to finish up on balance beam to fulfill a lifelong dream. It's just, it's too hard. It's... Tracy Talavera, who's on the selection committee, told me before the meet began that she's going to listen to her heart. She's going to look at the numbers, but she's also going to factor in common sense.
Hasn't she been good enough so far to have common sense say those two falls off the beam don't matter?
In my book, she does. She has been.
Tim, you always say you want your gymnasts to fight through it. And that was a big-time fight. And now, just when you thought you could celebrate a trip to the Olympics.
Well, right from the get-go, front somersault.
Yeah, you have to be absolutely square in your shoulders, your hips, or you're off the beam.
Joyce and John.
Unreal.
With everyone around them.
She has been so good and such a shining example of how tremendous an athlete can grow into, what you can grow into.
Well, Jamie Dancher may be a true test of whether the numbers count or not. Well, here's Morgan White. And Morgan White's story is that she has really finished up this Olympic trials in strong fashion. yourself a great night in Boston.
What does it feel like to be an Olympian? Ask Morgan White.
Boy, and there were some bumpy moments.
Good work, guys. Good job, good job, good job.
Jamie Dancher takes a big hit on the beam, 8.275. She had 7 other good turns here in Boston. Bella Caroli crunching the numbers. Just a few more routines to go, and then it is D-Day at the Fleet Center. Morgan White in Boston has had 3 scores in the 9.6s tonight. She wraps up her Olympic trials with a 9.65 on floor exercise. Right now, you've got to feel she's looking good, but let's turn now to Tim Daggett and Elfie Schlegel to talk for a minute about the dilemma of Bella Caroli and the selection committee. The men took 31 minutes to decide, and they were only picking 2 spots. Bella and his group are picking 6 and 2 alternates.
That's Kathy Kelly sitting next to Bella. She's the director of the women's program. She does not have a vote on that selection committee. Tracy Talavera, who was an Olympian herself, an Olympic medalist, she's got a vote. There's Tracy in the back. Sherry Knight Hunter, also an athlete representative. But this thing is going to come down to who Bella believes can do the job at the Olympic Games under all of that pressure. And I'm sorry, I just can't imagine that he chooses to go with somebody who has had a disastrous meet today like Vanessa Adler. Now, this young lady right here came out and was much stronger today. The problem with Alyssa Beckerman, she does not plug the biggest hole that Team USA has. That hole comes on vaulting. Morgan White, she is going